everybody, Macktion here, and it's time for part 3 of the Lenovo Yoga tablet reviews. This particular segment is going to focus around performance, battery life, and my final thoughts. Now, since the two most obvious features are the screen and the batteries, it's time to give those two their time. Some people have hemmed and hawed about the screen resolution, and to be honest, it's just fine. It's HD, and while it is last year's HD resolution, it works out pretty well. Perhaps some people might get hung up on that after having seen higher density HD displays, but Lenovo knows who is looking at this tablet. It's for average folks like us who wouldn't be able to afford big sticker price tablets anyway. And while this is technically an upper budget tablet, it's a good one. Now for the battery. I don't want to spend too much time on this because battery life is going to depend entirely on your usage habits, but let me give you a few estimates. Running YouTube non-stop, I was getting between 11 and 12 hours of battery life. Netflix non-stop usually netted me between 12 and 13 hours. And browsing, that seemed to be somewhere between 12 and 14 hours. But again, this really just depends on your habits. Interestingly enough, the Yoga Tablet 8, in spite of its smaller battery size, was usually outdoing the 10 by about 10% in battery life. I guess the larger display must suck a much larger amount of energy. And just to give it all a little bit more context, this is probably the first tablet that I've ever had the confidence to play a game in the middle of day between classes and still be able to make it back to my outlet in the evening. This tablet runs the old school day test and shatters it. Streaming, downloading, gaming, everything, all in a day in between your classes, and you're not missing a beat. The processor and the RAM do a fantastic job working together, and the experience is smooth and enjoyable. And while there are some games that you can manage lag with, they are very few and far between. Some benchmarks to give you an idea: 3D Mark gives it a 3,214, and 2.2 benchmark gives it a 13,480, Quadrant gives it 4,830. This way you can take those numbers and compare them to the numbers for other devices. Now, they did preload some software, for example, Beats audio software on there to make the sound quality better, and it mostly just seems to be an equalizer, so I've let it be. But now I have some unpleasant news. They put a skinned version of Android that gets rid of the app drawer entirely. This bothered me a lot. I like to keep my home screen very sparse, and just focus on the few apps that I use very frequently. In this case, I just had to throw everything in this nifty folder. Stuff I don't use. But one thing that they got right was that you can dismiss that annoying notification about your storage having been removed. Yeah, thanks, Android. I know there's a card missing. I'm the one who removed it, remember? I even asked you if that would be cool. Jeez. And just to wrap it up, are these the fastest tablets on the market? No. Are they the lightest, the thinnest, the greatest displays? No. But do I care? Absolutely not. The design is a salute to rotational motion. The stand makes great use of space that otherwise would have gone to waste, and the look is lean and polished, and the battery life is amazing. If you have a loved one who's ever expressed interest in a device that can last them the whole day, get them this for Christmas. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some Lenovo executives to beg for a Christmas present. And just in case you're watching, Mr. Yan Young King, I humbly request that you send them both to me. Please let me keep them. Don't make me send them back. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed, and if you have, feel free to leave a comment or a like to let me know how to best allocate my time and the things that you want to see. Clicking any of the videos around here will take you to a playlist with more of that particular brand of madness. And of course, subscribe if you always want to be up to date on the things that I produce. Thank you so much, and take it easy.